Joining me now is Minnesota State Representative Kristin Robbins. Great to have you here. You were part of this House Oversight Committee and trying to push to get the subpoena through. But Democrats in the state voted it down. And you had said that they're standing in the way and they're protecting Ilhan Omar. Would you agree with that statement?
Yes, absolutely. So we are trying to get the facts. We're not saying she's guilty. We just want to understand her role in creating the conditions for fraud by passing the Meals Act and the multiple communications that were in the trial exhibits between her office and the Feeding Our Future defendants. So we are looking for the truth, and I wish Democrats would join us in uncovering those communications. So it's not condemning her. It's like, let's get to the facts.
So when you try to get documents from Ilhan Omar, she just doesn't respond. Is that what's happening here?
Absolutely. She completely ghosted us.
Absolutely ghosted you guys. So what happens now? If we know James Comer's looking at her financial records, but is that now the next step here, is to move this federal because she is a Congress member?
Yes. So I sent letters this week after the vote to Chairman James Comer and Chairman Ted Cruz, both the House and Senate Oversight Committees, and I asked them to try to get the documents because, as you said, she's a federal congresswoman, but this program also is a federal program. It's the Federal School Nutrition Program, and her bill, called the Meals Act, is what took all the guardrails off the school nutrition program that created the conditions for the fraud. So they also have an interest in getting to the bottom of this.
At some point, she's going to have to answer to these questions, though. I mean, how long can she delay and stall with this?
Well, she seems to feel she's above it all. She's been very disdainful. She was actually in Minnesota for a congressional recess the day of the hearing, and she ghosted us. She's never responded. So I've seen her in local events all week. So she's here, and it's really up to the constituents in the 5th Congressional District to hold her accountable and demand that she respond for her role in this. So,
and she had email communications, right, with this Feeding Our Future fraud, right? Her office was in communication and was emailing back and forth, and then you miss out on $250 million. What exactly were they communicating about?
Oh, that's what we're trying to uncover. It was email communication and text communication, but she had other ties to the Feeding Our Future defendants as well. One of her staffers is a convicted defendant in the case. She held a rally from her campaign at the restaurant, Safari Restaurant. She made a video purporting to celebrate the Meals Act at Safari Restaurant and encouraging people to go to Safari to get their meals. So she has multiple ties to the convicted felons in this case. So we need to understand that relationship. And many of them were donors to her campaign, which she later returned when they were indicted. But clearly, she had strong relationships with these convicted felons, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
I want to play that soundbite that you just referred to, how she was removing the guardrails, so to speak, over this scam. Watch.
Kulee waxay cuntadooda ka helaan iskoolka kaliyo aynan gaajoonin oo familkoodii wili ay fursad u helaan in cunto ay helaan.
Okay, so she clearly knew about this. She would have had to have known about this. I mean, she was trying to endorse this. What's your take on that?
Her bill. She absolutely knew about it. So she probably told all her friends, how to get the guardrails off. It was her bill, and she celebrated at the restaurant where the largest Feeding Our Future site was. So yeah, there's a lot of smoke here, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
We'll see what happens. I mean, James Comer clearly looking at how she went from millions of dollars to now just over $100,000. So we'll wait to see what happens there. Minnesota State Representative Kristin Robbins, great to have you on.